Yeah, ich freue mich sehr. Da sind wir wieder mit South Park, The Fractured Butthole. Bei mir ist Paul und Now von Ubisoft San Francisco, creators of this beautiful game. At least that's what I hope.
Well, that's what you're going to see.
Yeah. It's great to have you here because you brought the version that we can actually play.
Yes.
Yeah, and that is what we will do. And while we're playing, we're going to talk about what we're seeing. And I'm very excited because everybody loves South Park, including me. And I want to see the adventures of the Coon.
Okay, well, let's get started then.
All right, here we go.
So now I was playing, Paul, we are talking a little bit.
Bit of live play, so anything can happen.
Yeah, it's a pre-alpha, so if there's anything wrong with it, you can blame it on the alpha.
Exactly, this is early build, but you're going to be able to see what can happen.
So is this the start of the game?
Yeah, so this is actually just after the start of the game. So the kids who are still playing Stick of Truth, they were still playing that game, but then Cartman calls it off and says they're going to start playing superheroes.
Okay, it continues right after Stick of Truth. Okay, that's great. Okay.
So the kids have all run off. So you're starting to try and look for them and see, can you join in that game now? So he's found a door to the basement.
You crap.
But doesn't know the code. Now, I don't think guessing's going to get you through there.
Oh, did you get locked out? I'm afraid little Eric put a lock on the door to keep me out. I'm sure he has
So
the
in
password
classic
written down
RPG
here
style,
somewhere.
you can start picking up some of those clues and thinking, okay, there's a code written down somewhere.
Okay.
So, obviously we're cheating a bit. We kind of know what happens. But he's got into Cartman's room, farting the lid off a box, because why not? So he's picking up lots of things. One of the cool things you can do in the Fractured Butthole that you couldn't do in the original Stick of Truth is craft new items.
Yeah.
So in the final game, when you're collecting these things, you'll be able to find recipes and then actually make things that are going to help you become more powerful and even more heroic.
So for me, it's like you're playing it like the 100th time. For me, it's the first time, so I'm looking about on the details. So like in the cupboard, what is he hiding over there? This is a woman top.
I think that's the
pink.
Weight Game 4000 top, the classic. Beefcake.
Okay. Okay, so the Cartman's
Cartman's
journal. Yeah.
And
Christmas.
his
list
interesting
ideas.
tastes.
Yeah, he's a little bit sadistic. Oh! Fuck you, mom. Okay, that's the code. Fuck you, mom. Yeah, if you would have asked me, I would have guessed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll probably have to change it for final game. We'll see.
Yeah, it's too easy.
Hey, you should go to the toilet. So we've got a couple of minutes. So I'm going to show you one of the cool things that not everybody gets to see. So,
Poop.
now if you watch the controller for a second, now's just hopped on the loo. He's clenched both cheeks, and he's now building up.
The pressure.
He has total arse control at this moment. He's able to shape the sound and reaction from his.
Too bad we can't hear the sound. Ah, that's great. He didn't wipe. That's cool. Fresh dingleberry. I like that very much. Are there any alterations in the German version? Like, did you cut anything out?
So we're still working with the Board of Censorship to make sure that what our rating is going to be. Obviously, it's a mature title, so
Yeah,
we'll have to see.
we have to see. Okay.
Fuck. You. Mom.
That's not enough, Mosquito. We have to act fast before the Freedom Pals can. If there is someone in this town who knows someone who works at Netflix, then we have to find that person today.
But we were gonna start our franchise plan with movies. The Super Craig Netflix series comes later.
We can start with the Netflix series. You know that's what Freedom Pals are thinking. But who in this town could have a connection to Netflix? It could be anybody. That is what we must find out, Fast Pass. Mosquito, you run ABLs on all known Freedom Pals activity. Human Kite and Fast Pass, see what you can learn about their POIs. Super Craig, just, I don't know, browse the internet or something. Let's
So the
go,
kids have
Coon.
split up into different factions. So they're actually, you've got Freedom Pals on one side and then Coon and Friends on the other side.
Okay.
And you, as the new kid, have been left out because you're just an
Dude, what the fuck?
A random guy,
Ordinary
yeah.
citizen into the Coon lair? Listen, bro, we are all superheroes and you aren't, so you can't hang out with us. Please do us all a solid and fuck off.
So Cartman in his usual delightful
Very
way.
polite, yes. So do we actually
Move on.
fuck up
I'm
now
not trying to make
and
a
go
cookie.
away? And
No, I think you should be a bit more
That galaxy cube is a
persistent
super
than that.
powerful
Okay.
artifact from
And see if you
space,
can
so don't
find a
touch
way
it.
to get his attention.
Hey! Do not touch that! That device can blow up the entire Milky Way galaxy! Jesus, fuck! Mom! The new kid is trying to play with the cube of ultimate destruction!
You be nice to all your friends, Eric. Be a good sharer.
Good sharer! It'll blow up the fucking galaxies! Stupid bitch! Look, dude, we already told you, you can't play. You aren't a superhero. You don't have a costume. You don't have any superpowers. Freedom Pals are adding people to their franchise. We should be adding people to ours. This dork? Like, wearing a little crown? Does this look like a superhero to you? All right, have a seat, douchebag.
So he'll
Not
reluctantly
there.
help you
That's the
join
serious
Coon and
seat.
Friends.
yeah.
Not there
But you're
either,
going to have
stupid.
to start at the lowest of the low.
All right, in order to play superheroes, you have to have a superhero persona. Then you can fill out your character sheet on Coonstagram. Do you have a Coonstagram page? Oh boy, you're not even on Coonstagram, huh? Well, I guess I can create one for you. Fucking unbelievable. Let's see. So the first thing we need to fill out on your character sheet
okay.
is your class. You know, what kind of superhero are you?
Right, so at the beginning you can only choose one class. So each one has 4 different powers.
Yeah.
That are based on all the different tropes you'd expect. Netherborn Commander, Assassin, Cyborg, Psychic, Mystic. But what's really, really cool
Super
in the
strong
game
hero like the Hulk or
is
Captain
that
America.
later in the game, Cartman's going to allow you to dual class. So you're going to be able to mix and match powers with different classes to create your own custom class.
Okay, so how many
Ah, yes, like the Flash or
options
Quicksilver.
are there to
I like
create a
it.
class?
I can't do the math. So
Okay,
12,
but now, we need to
12
find out what
classes,
terrible
Yeah.
thing in your past.
4
that-
powers each. And
Okay.
then you can mix and match them.
Okay, that's I'm out.
Many.
I'm out.
That's actually where powers gain meaning. Let's take you back to when you were just a child. You lay awake that night. Like so many other nights, you couldn't sleep because you knew you weren't like the other kids. You walked to the mirror.
So you can go into your backstories and you're going to learn about how to play the class, whilst you're also learning about your heroic backstory, the things that make you so special.
You looked in the mirror and you felt alone. And that's when it happened. A loud noise. You swore you could hear your mother calling for help.
Oh.
You left your room. Out in the hallway, you saw 2 intruders in front of your parents' door. You had to stop them from hurting your parents. You knew you had the power to stop them. So for the first time, you called upon your speedster powers. As a super fast speedster hero, you bent space-time itself to spring into action with super speed. You moved in closer to the intruder to deliver a quantum punch.
Okay, so this is a fighting.
Yeah, so this is kind of
round-based.
tutorial. It's going to show you how you
guy
do
closest to you,
use the
move in
different
and
powers,
punch.
good situations to use them.
Once his atoms return to their
But you also
original
start to
state,
see
you
the
realize when
stuff
he's up
that's
against
changed for the fractured butthole. So, first thing is that now you can actually move around. Combat takes place on a grid. So you're going to start thinking about your position and where you're going to put your characters.
So it's more tactical.
It is tactical.
Yeah.
So now it's going to use a power called Resonance, which is going to allow him to take 2 turns.
Hey, what's the kid doing now?
Once charged, you only needed 1 turn to defeat
So while
the
he's
opposite
fighting,
intruders.
were you surprised by how well
Shit, my Adam.
South Park adapted as a video game? How well it worked?
I think the Stick of Truth surprised everybody. It was hilarious. It was absolutely everything you possibly could have wanted for a South Park game. It was some of their funniest material that ever written. You had an interesting world, an interesting setup, and a great story all the way through. When we started working on the Fractured But Whole, we had a great place to start. What we started to do is say, well, what are we going to make better? Like looking at the reviews, looking at what consumers say, and then of course talking amongst ourselves about how we felt about the game. So the big headline was that people really wanted more depth in the combat, more depth in the RPG systems. So that's where we've been, as we say, spending our money. So now it's actually about to use his ultimate ability, the Multiverse Strike.
Nice. And so you beat them. All seemed to be okay.
But then you finally reached your parents' door. And what you saw when you opened that door changed your life forever and led you to fighting crime. You were too late, because when you opened that door, you saw your dad fuck your mom. Wow.
That's
a pretty
traumatic.
backstory. You fight
Not
crime,
that
and you
I
never forgot the night
ever
you
happened
weren't
to me,
inside.
but it's,
saw your own
I
father,
suppose,
the man you
it's
trusted.
very traumatic.
Fuck your mom.
It's certainly a good reason
It's
to
like a
start
ribbon in
fighting
time.
crime.
Never
Definitely,
change, isn't it?
definitely.
All right, now you need to go out into the town and do superhero stuff.
The man
You know,
who
help
saw
people
too
and fight
much.
crime and dumb shit like that.
That is
This
his
starting costume
superhero
wardrobe. And
name.
remember, if you ever want
So
to try out a different class,
throughout the game, you're going to go and revisit the backstory, and it's going to get more and more elaborate. You're going to
get that
see,
character sheet completely filled out. You're not playing with us
what
until you do.
and you're going to build up your different classes and customize. So, for the sake of demo, we're going to skip ahead now.
Okay.
So we'll find ourselves on Main Street. This will be later on in the game. Now, during the game, you're actually going to work with the other kids, different missions, and then you're going to get your own buddy powers, as we call them.
Okay.
So this one, if now goes over here, can actually call in Kyle, who's the human kite, and they can perform fart core. So with these kind of buddy powers, you're going to be able to explore different parts of the town. So even though the town is that much bigger this time around,
Yeah.
there are going to be many more secrets and little things to discover.
Yeah.
So trying to find ways to get... You want to play in that town, you want to find things, you want to be able to meet new people.
So this farting thing, for me, farting was always a refuge for men. Like, women can do everything nowadays, but they can't talk about farting. At least not while there was men.
So we've talked to a
But
number of
after-
women about this, and they
Yeah.
seem that actually women fart too.
I know I heard about it. I don't know if it's a lie or, but I heard about it definitely. But women are not. They're talking about farting when they are alone with each other, you know. But they do not talk about farting when they are with men.
So the interesting
You know
thing
what I
is, in this game, you're going to be able to play as a girl as well.
Okay.
So you will be able to be a girl and
Yeah.
fart. in the
And
game.
so we do lose our last refuge.
Right now, I'm
Women can do farts now.
out of my head, Timmy.
That's it.
That's it.
We are all equal now.
Total equality. Done.
Yeah, that's it.
Solved.
Kind of douchebags. You just called us douchebags.
Okay, he's the
in my
evil
mind.
mastermind.
Did? All right, you son of a bitch.
Butters is the evil mastermind, right?
Right, Professor Chaos.
Yeah,
So,
of course.
Dr. Timothy is the leader of the Freedom Pals, who are the other boys.
Future kid.
So we're transitioning straight from a cutscene directly into combat, and you're seeing a much larger grid. So now he's in control, he can choose which square he's going to position himself in. So Trey is a big board game fan. So he really wanted to create that board game experience where you're positioning your character and choosing an action.
Yeah.
So that was his dream for this.
How much did the guys participate in creating the game? I know they wrote the story, as they did on the last game, but
we are making the game together.
Yeah.
They are essentially on the development team. We work together on every aspect. Of course, they are in charge of writing the story, and we're in charge of making the game mechanics, but we work together on what those features should be.
you're
how
hanging
the story
around,
should
talking
flow.
about the game, farting.
Right. We've had many
How pals
serious
do.
conversations about
Yeah.
farting and all kinds of other bodily functions and human behaviors with both men and women.
That's
Get on
good.
the street, damn kids!
Fuck you, dude. It's Civil War, dick. Clear.
So stuff like that, where we really want to get the comedy into the fighting. This was something we talked about very early on. Is how can we keep it being funny even when you have tactical combat, which isn't typically funny. So you'll notice things like the car gag, and then you'll see things like when you attack people, they'll respond. They'll recognize what kind of attack you've done. They're aware of the relationship they have. So Craig and Tweak, they have a interesting relationship, shall we say? So when they fight each other, oh, and there was a combo. Saw the combination?
Yeah, I saw that. That
he
was
knocked
good.
him into him
Good
for
move.
extra damage.
Damn.
Something really hard.
Yeah, so Craig and Tweak will react differently to each other than
Okay.
Tupperware and the human kite.
How difficult are the fights? Can you actually lose a fight?
It is possible to lose.
Yep.
It is going to be. It's a real game. What we're trying to do is make sure we find that nice balance between, if you're not really paying attention and just looking around and not playing the game,
Why is that? Maybe.
you're probably going to lose.
Yeah.
But if you just pay a little bit of attention, think about basic logic of keeping your guys alive, not putting them in too dangerous positions, should be able to win.
I think that's the difference in creating this game, that you take it seriously, the gameplay aspect, the fighting aspect, but as well, I mean, people expect a comedy game, people expect it to be fun, but I do think they all also want a serious game, you know?
Well, that was the number one piece of feedback we got after the Stick of Truth. They want more RPG and more depth in the combat.
Yeah.
So that's what we're giving them.
Yeah.
And more comedy, of course. So, while we've been away, the human kite's fired off his ultimate ability, which is death from above.
Okay, that's a very mighty ultimate.
So we amped it up just to make sure that we could show off a nice way of finishing.
Yeah.
You see, it goes straight back seamlessly into the cutscenes.
Oh, shit, come on. Ooh, what happened? Timmy got away? He completely raped my mind. You okay? No, seriously, guys. He fucked the shit out of my brains. I grabbed him. We fought for a little bit, but his mental powers are too strong. So we did all that for nothing? Not quite. I got Timmy's cell phone. You did?
There's sure to be a lead on that. Let's get this back to base. Supercrate can analyze it.
So you get an idea of what it's going to be like to be inside the fractured butthole.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to get into this battle. It's going to be an amazing journey. Yeah. Thank you very much, guys, for showing me this game. When is it going to get into the
December.
stores?
December.
But you don't have a date?
December 6th.
6. Okay, yeah.
December 6th US, so I have to look over our guys and check
Okay.
the adjustment. 8.
6. Nikolaus? Yeah? Okay, it's Nikolaus in Germany. It's where people get presents on the 6th of December in their shoes. We put it in their shoes. There are going to be a lot of South Park games in the shoes this year, right? Okay. Thank you very much, guys. I love your game.
Thank you very much.
And I hope it's not the last South Park. Ja?
Us too.
Keep on making games. Thank you very much. Das war South Park, The Fractured Butthole. Auf Wiedersehen.